Nigeria, like many places, is one of the hottest regions in West Africa. We experience some of the hottest temperatures, especially in northern Nigeria. I remember after the Harmattan season early this year, it got so bad that a lot of people were complaining, and even doctors advised that we always stay hydrated so as not to get a heat stroke or something like that. And it's funny because when it rains heavily and we have places to go, we usually pray that the rain should stop and the sun should shine all through. And when it's extremely hot, we usually pray that the rain should fall. To be fair, we actually don't know what we want. For those that practice any form of religion, when we pray that there shouldn't be any rain, we sometimes pray based off our selfish interests, forgetting that there are some people, or in fact many people, that depend on this rain for their daily use of water, or even basically the farmers that need this water to grow their crops. And when we pray for no heat, we sometimes do that looking at the outside perspective, forgetting that heat is vital for maintaining body temperatures amongst warm-blooded animals, including humans. It all goes to show that we do things or we say things we have little to no understanding about, and the consequences will always be there. And it's expected because these topics aren't always taught, aren't always given much of importance. We know so little about our environment, our ecosystem, and we're not as equipped as we should be in times where our ecosystem will depend on our change to make it better. We think the extreme heat is from God or it's the way it's supposed to be, and yes, that might be true. We have cooler regions on Earth or hotter regions, but what we fail to understand is that we humans contribute to how cool or warm our environment or climate is. Oh, so you're telling me I'm one of the reasons why the Earth is so hot? No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're one of the reasons. I'm saying we're part of the reasons. When we engage in deforestation, we clear the land for urban development, right? What we see is new development. Oh, new infrastructure will be built here. That's nice. What we don't see is that we've reduced the number of trees that absorb CO2. So does it even matter? It does, because CO2 traps the heat in the Earth's atmosphere, which thereby creates a greenhouse effect that keeps the planet warm. And why am I even saying this using scientific grammar? This is one of the reasons why we don't understand what we're talking about, and it's because we keep on using complicated language. A 5-year-old wouldn't understand what I just said, and I say 5-year-old because if we want to mitigate our efforts, we need to rewire the brains of the coming generation. So let me put it like this. CO2 is the reason the Earth is so hot. So what if the Earth is so hot? I'm glad you asked. Imagine you have a favorite toy that you really love. Let's say a car. Now let's pretend that toy car is kept outside in the sun on a really hot day. The sun is shining so much that it gets super hot, to the point where you can't even touch it anymore. Just like how the toy car becomes too hot to touch when the weather is extremely hot, things like playgrounds, parks, and even the inside of houses can become too hot and uncomfortable. If you play outside in this super hot weather for too long, you might start to feel really hot and tired. This can make you feel sick or dizzy. So to keep you safe, mommy and daddy won't allow you to go out and play. That's horrible, I know. The trees you see around you are your superheroes, and what they do is to absorb the CO2 to reduce the heat, but when there's no tree to absorb, there's nothing stopping the CO2 to have dinner with us. Human activities play a crucial role in shaping our climate and environment. Most times the solution is in our hands, but we just have to give it before anything can happen. It's already here and we can't exactly reverse it, but we can learn to live with it in a way that doesn't affect our environment. So we can adapt by drinking lots of water. It's good for our body anyways. We can wear light clothing when it's extremely hot, thereby allowing air to circulate and allowing our body to cool down and stuff. We can also schedule outdoor activities for early mornings and late evenings when it's cooler. And to reduce the consequences, we could educate and enlighten each other on things like this in our own unique ways. Not the way science says it, but in your own way. Because if Michelle and Stella are best of friends, Stella will understand perfectly what Michelle is trying to say, and it just passes the message easily. And whenever we see someone trying to plant a tree, we should always extend a helping hand. They are the real superheroes.